Speaking with Coach Tyler Smith-Peters here before the Vols take on Kaskaskia on the road this afternoon. Coach, Wednesday night, obviously a tough return trip for you guys after giving it all in an overtime game. Your team struggled to hold on to a lead there at Wabash Valley. What in your mind was the biggest struggle for your team in that loss?
I think the biggest thing is when, especially late in the game, we just got to take care of the ball. I think we had good chances to take the lead, but it was just one of those games where we just couldn't get over the hump. I mean, we had some great looks, and we had a lot of players log a lot of minutes. So it's just one of those things to where free throws, I think, were a big factor late in the game.
Yeah.
But credit to our guys, they played really, really hard. Now we just got to get back to doing the little things that help us win.
They forced the issue with your big situation. Cam Boone kept picking up fouls and couldn't really stay off of the bench. His presence was really missed on the floor when you had to take him off of the floor, which was about every 2 minutes that he was out there.
Yeah, and we knew that not having Jaden for that game, we were going to have to go small at some point just to give Cam a break, and it happened a lot quicker than we wanted it to. But that's part of it. But, credit to Marcus and Davius, because, I mean, they worked their tail off down low trying to guard a 7 foot and 6'10" guy. So, and like I said, it was just one of those things. We got down by 14 and fought our way back, and we just couldn't get over that hump. But I think the biggest thing, we're just proud of our guys' effort, and now we just need to do the little things that matter to win those close games.
Marcus Eve nearly willed the team to victory, as you were just talking about there. I mean, he's really starting to come into his own. With a name like Eves, we knew when you signed him that he would have moments like he did this past Wednesday, but it really feels like right now he's on the edge of taking a really big step in his development. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, for sure, and I think experience goes a long way, and just knowing what to do, and he's a guy that's had to play a lot of positions for us. Yeah. And credit to him, he doesn't mind. He can play the 5 or 1 or 3 or 2 or 4. It doesn't really matter. And those are the types of guys we need, just because they care about the team and want to put themselves in a position to help the team win. And that's the types of guys we want, and that's the types of guys we have. It's just, and I mean, I think in our last 2 games we've had freshman as our leading scorer, and we're going to have, like I said, it's just one of those things where it's experience and figuring out ways to win in the last 2 minutes of the game, and our guys did a great job. The basket didn't fall our way that Wednesday night.
You expect Jaden back today, right?
Yeah, he'll be back. He's good to go. So I think the only one that might be questionable is Hawk, just because he's got a bruised heel right now, so we're kind of day by day, and it'll just be a game time decision on how he's feeling and what we need to do, because it's one of those where we've still got 6 games left, but we don't want to push it to where if we push it too hard, then not have him for region tournament.
Right.
So it's one of those where we're going to play it smart and have it be a game time decision.
You're at Kaskaskia today. You handled them pretty well last month in Carterville. Shot the ball extremely well in that game, but you can't expect the same in this game. You've struggled, in the past 3 or 4 games at some points where the ball just didn't want to go in the hoop, really.
Yeah, and they got 2 of their guys back that didn't play against us the first time. So it's it's at Kaskaskia, which is a tough place to play, just like every other conference game, road game. But no, having those 2 guys back is big, because Hodges is their leading scorer, their leading rebounder. He's pretty much the heart and soul of the team, and so having him back, and that makes us have to worry about him a lot more too, just because now that he's back playing. So it's one of those things to where we got to come in with a mentality, and like I said, we should be a full roster to where we can get our rotations back right and not have guys not playing the 5 that haven't played all year.
Right.
But and that's part of it, man. This late in the season, it's a grind. But no, it's just we got to prepare the right way, practice the right way, and go out and play the right way.
Well, Mackey was their big player when they came to Carterville. 28 points against you guys in that game. He got a lot of shots up, though. Obviously, if he does that again, and then with Hodges back, and maybe they get a little bit more from some other guys that maybe aren't big on the scouting report, I mean, it could be obviously a very big problem. And as you mentioned, it's a road game too.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things to where we got to do and prepare the right way, and I think our guys have done a good job of that. Now we just got to go out there and execute. And especially on the road. I know we haven't played great on the road, but hopefully that changes hopefully that changes today.
Yeah. And then they've lost 3 in a row. They're 3-6 in the conference as well. I mean, that's desperate for a win territory basically at this point. And obviously, I mean, we talk about this all the time. You can't really overlook anybody, but I mean, situation that they're in right now, you overlook them and they're really going to pop you.
Yeah, no, and shoot, they lost to Vincennes by 4, lost to Shawnee at Shawnee by 4, and then lost to Lakeland in their last game. So it's not like they're getting blown out or anything. Yeah. They're right there. So it's, like I said, we just got to do the little things and the small details to be able to win. And I think rebounding's a huge thing for us right now.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, Matt.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
To Kaskaskia College, Dave McKenzie, John LeBlond alongside with the video broadcast with LeBlond Productions on Facebook and on YouTube. Rick Hayes back at the studio here this afternoon as we're getting you set for John A. Logan basketball here on the road at Kaskaskia. When you look at Kaskaskia, they are an outstanding field goal shooting team. They make about 33 field goals per game. That's 16th in the country. And as far as field goal attempts per game, they put up about 72 shots per ball game, which is 12th in the country. They are 7th in the nation in offensive rebounds, and that's important. Balls are going to have to hit the board here this afternoon. And with that second in offensive rebounds, that's about 6 per ball game. As both teams head over toward the sideline, we're going to go on and take our final break here on our pregame show. When we come back, the starting lineups and the tip-off from Kaskaskia College. It's John A. Logan basketball here on 103.5 ESPN. Anthem.
$871. The 2025 Buick Envista is 0 down and only $369 a month. And ride in the truck, the GMC Sierra with $11,000 in savings at Chris Offenberg Buick GMC in Carbondale.
Advantage Offenberg.
Hey, welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
John A. is.
And the Volunteers picked up a 96-64 win over the Blue Devils. Coach Tyler Smith-Peters going with a little different starting lineup tonight as he's going to go all freshman starters this evening. It's going to be the 6'4 freshman Marcus Eves out of Madisonville, Kentucky. The 6'1 freshman from Carbondale, DeCarl Payne. The 6'4 freshman from Jonesboro, Arkansas, Taylor Smith. The 6'7 freshman out of Chicago, Davius Lowry. And the 6'8 freshman from Louisville, Kentucky, Jaden Miles. Eves, Payne, Taylor, Lowry, and Miles, the starters here this afternoon for Coach Tyler Smith-Peters. Coach Brian Hancock going with the 6'8 sophomore out of Chicago, Lionel Hodges. Also, the 6'4 freshman, number 4, Jared Mackey. The 5'11 sophomore out of Peoria, Markel Newsom. The 6'4 sophomore from Indianapolis, number 11, Terrell Galbraith. And it's going to be the 6'2 freshman out of Belleville, Miles Liddell. So for Coach Brian Hancock, Hodges, Mackey, Newsom, Galbraith, and Liddell, the starting 5 here this afternoon for the Blue Devils. Are 2-2 in their last 4, and they were beat by Wabash on Wednesday night, 92-88. Vols in their road blanks with the blue numbers on the back. Kaskaskia in their home grays with the blue numbers on the front and back. Both teams are coming out on the floor. The officials are ready to go, and we are glad to have you here with us on 103.5 ESPN. Official blows the whistle, steps the center circle, and the ball's tipped, and the Volunteers start things off moving right to left here on your radio dial this afternoon. With the basketball, Davis Lowry up top gets the screen from Jaden Miles, who's back in the starting lineup tonight as Lowry has his shot blocked, but he gets his own rebound, and a fresh 20 on the clock for the Volunteers. The front court off the glass with the left hand is Markel Newsom to get the scoring going for the Blue Devils. 2-0 our score here on the road at Kaskaskia. Lowry around the screen from Jaden Miles with the right-hand dribble to the right side, tried to feed the post, last touched off the hands of Lionel Hodges. It's going to stay with John A. Logan College. So it's going to be DeCarl Payne that triggers baseline left. Looks in, gets it to Taylor Smith. Taylor brings it out here, top of the key, and they get it to Lowry out on the left wing. He dribbles with the right hand to the free throw line. The jumper, no good, a little too strong, and the rebound is grabbed by Miles Liddell. Here comes Galbraith. He reverses it, and they work it up top. That's where Newsom is going to take over. Markel Newsom, who had 4 points in the last matchup, runs the point for Coach Brian Hancock. Drives in. The runner with the right hand is good for Markel Newsom. And he's got all 4 of the points here this afternoon. So he had 4 in that first matchup and has matched that already. DeCarl Payne out on the right wing for the Volunteers. At the free throw line, drives in. The left-hand runner a little short, and DeCarl gets fouled as he hits the floor. It's going to be on Terrell Galbraith, the first of the game. And since Payne was shooting, he's got free throws coming. DeCarl averaging about 8.5 points a ball game, but he's been averaging 10 points in conference play this season. He shoots 77% from the line, steps up, knocks down that first free throw. First point of the game for the Volunteers. 4-1 is our score. Just a minute and a half in to the game. Payne's second free throw is on the way, and it's good. 4-2 the score. And here come the Blue Devils with the ball in the backcourt. Newsom has Taylor Smith on him defensively. Brings it near side to Liddell. Back up top it goes, now to the left wing with it. That's Galbraith. Galbraith top of the key to Newsom. Newsom to the right wing. Liddell, jumper from inside to Art, no good. Rebound grabbed, though, by Galbraith. Keeps the possession alive for the Devils. Out to the left wing, Hodges. Hodges averaging 16 a game, dishes it off to Mackey. Mackey drives in, shot blocked by Jaden Miles, but it stays with the Blue Devils. Into the paint, right-hand runner, no good from Newsom, and finally the rebound is grabbed by Taylor Smith. Liddell feeds it up top to Mackey. Now it's here near side. Newsom drives in, pulls up, feeds the low post. With the ball now is Hodges, and he has to dish it off. 7 on the shot clock for the Blue Devils. Jumper from about 15 too strong, and another rebound for Taylor Smith. Taylor, left-hand dribble to Jaden Miles on the left wing. Drives into the paint, lost control of the ball, and he was fouled. It's going to be on the floor before the shot. It's going to be on Miles Liddell. The first on Liddell, second team foul on Kaskaskia College here this afternoon. As we mentioned, they're in the process of building a new gymnasium. So perhaps this may be the last time these two teams play on this floor in competition. Left wing now, corner left, Payne's three, too strong. David Miles is there. Jaden gets the putback though for the Volunteers, and they have their first lead. They have it up. They lead it 6-4. Hodges, Galbraith dishes it off. Davis Laurie had his wrist slapped, and the ball was out of bounds. It's going to stay with John A. Logan. No foul called there. So a break for Kaskaskia because it was right firmly on the wrist. Lowry's going to trigger in. Gets it to Miles, but the ball's turned it over. And kind of rushed that throw in as the 5-second ticker was winding down. With the ball out here to the high point, that's Markel Newsom. Newsom to the right wing to Galbraith. Galbraith feeds Newsom, and the right-hand layup is good for Markel Newsom. 6 in the game for Newsom. He's got all 6 of the points for Kaskaskia. Marcus Eves here. Out on the left wing. Got the screen, reverses it to the baseline, puts it up off the glass. That was an easy bucket. Nice job by Marcus Eves. 8-6 the score. Vols up 2. With it is Newsom. He takes it over to the far hash. Taylor Smith on him defensively. Here with the basketball driving in. Liddell, the runner, with the right hand. Seeing some easy buckets for both teams here on both ends of the floor. Tie ball game, 8-8 with 15-15 remaining in the opening half. Davis Lowry up top at the logo at midcourt, gets the play call. Bounce pass left side to Eves, who hands it right back to Lowry. Back to Eves. Stunner steps into the paint, puts it up off the glass, can't get it to go, but I think Marcus may have got fouled. The foul is going to be on Terrell Galbraith. It's going to be the second on Galbraith as we have a timeout on the floor here with 14:59 remaining in the half. 8-8 is our score. We will be back in 60 seconds here on 103.5 ESPN.
The only auto collision program in Southern Illinois. There's nobody else that offers it. We draw students from all over because there's just nobody else that offers the programs. The student-teacher relationship is one of the most important parts of this job.
You can't really go wrong here. Anything you want to learn, you can learn it here.
Whenever I started the program, I didn't feel too 110% about it. Like I wasn't sure how I was going to do, but that's what makes me confident. It's the teacher and the students that I'm surrounded by.
Hi guys, TJ Cowan from Cold Blooded, coming to you.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
The freshman out of Madisonville, Kentucky, gets that one to go. 3 in the game now for Eves. Caden Hawkins is in the game now, along with Danon Rucker. And Nico Rucker on the floor as Eves hits both free throws. He's got 4 of the 10. Ball's up 2. It's 10-8. Blue Devils basketball as they feed it in to Mackey. Mackey here on the right wing, drives the baseline, goes up against the double team and gets fouled. There's a couple of volunteers there that the foul could be on, but it's going to be on Nico Rucker. Oh, 2-0. Cameron Boone picks up his first, not Nico. So at the line, Gerard Mackey, 64% free throw shooter from the line. Mackey, the freshman, hits that first free throw, his first point of the game. Mackey had 28 in the first matchup at John A. Logan College back in January. He was the high scorer of the game. And he steps up and knocks down both free throws. Ties the ball game 10-10 here. 14:45 remaining. Pressure in the backcourt from the Blue Devils. Nico Rucker steps across the timeline, feeds Eves. Eves bounce pass. Cameron Boone gets the dunk. What a feed from Marcus Eves. 12-10 Volunteers. Here's it's going to be team foul number 2 on the Volunteers. So Gerard Mackey back at the line again. Mackey's first one is good. Mackey, Memphis, Tennessee. Freshman, went to Hillcrest High School, hits both free throws. 4 for Mackey, ties his back up at 12-12. Eves, now to Nico. Eves breaks the timeline, left side, Danon Rucker, a 3, bang for Rucker. Danon out on that left one, buries it. 3-point lead for the Volunteers. They're up 15-12, under 14 to play here in the half. With the ball is Mackey. Mackey bounced past to Newsom. He breaks the press, and a foul from behind is going to be called on John A. Logan College, as it's going to be on Caden Hawkins.
Fouls on the balls, number 21, Caden Hawkins.
Hawk picks up his first foul. Basketball is going to be Blue Devil basketball, baseline right. 3-point lead for the Volunteers. They're up 15-12. They lob it in to Liddell. Liddell reverses off the glass with the right hand and good. High off the glass. 4 in the game for Liddell. Makes it a 1-point ball game. Ball's up 1, 15-14. Hawkins behind the back. Drives into the front court. Pass tipped, but it stays with John A. Logan College. Hawkins has it on the right wing. Hands it off now to Danon Rucker. Nico has it. Takes it from his brother. Nico, nice pass down low to Boone. Kicks it out. It's Eves, an open 3. Can't hit it. And a rebound by the Blue Devils into the front court is Lionel Hodges. Gets it to Newsom. Now top of the key. Liddell feeds it off to the right wing. Mackey drives in. Ball out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Marcus Eves. It's going to stay with the Blue Devils. Cameron Boone comes out of the game. Jaden Miles back on the floor for John A. Logan College. Devils are going to have the ball. Triggering in, Markel Newsom. Newsom gets it in, dishes it to Liddell. Liddell, the runner with the right hand, just a little short. Hawkins gets the board for your Volunteers. Into the front court at the free throw line. Finds Eves, wide open 3. No good. Jaden Miles had the ball. He got fouled from behind. It's going to be on Miles Liddell, foul number 2 on Liddell, team foul number 4 now on the Blue Devils. So coming into the game is going to be Terrence Hall. Hall replacing Miles Liddell. They lob it in to Jaden Miles, and Miles got bumped from behind. The foul is going to be on Lionel Hodges. So now, Jaden, the 6'8 freshman from Louisville, Miles, has a couple of free throws coming. That's the 5th team foul now on the Blue Devils. That first free throw is good.
Checking in for balls number 1, Julian Norris Jr.
Julian Norris comes in to replace Caden Hawkins. Julian's first time on the floor here this afternoon. As Jaden Miles, second free throw in the air. No good, but the Blue Devils get the rebound. They average about 39 rebounds a ball game. Newsom into the paint, dishes it off. Back to Newsom. He's right at the free throw line, has to back it up. Top of the key with the left-right dribble. Crosses over, takes it to the left side. With the ball now is Granger. Shakari Granger drives in. High off the glass. Wow, up and under. What a shot from Shakari Granger. Ties us at 16 here with 12:19 remaining in the first half. Pickoff. Blue Devils the other way. Shot block from Danon Rucker. Vols have numbers. It's 5-on-3. Into the paint. Miles off the glass. Can't finish, and the rebound is grabbed by Jared Mackey. Mackey into the front court himself. Length of the floor, stutter step foul, and it's going to be called on Marcus Eves. Eves just picked up his first foul. It's going to be the fourth team foul with the timeout on the floor, the under 12 timeout with 11:58 remaining, and we're all tied at 16 on the road at Kaskaskia here on 103.5 ESPN.
A new ride for the new year, you bet, at Chris Offenberg Buick GMC in Carbondale. The 2025 Buick Encore is here, and it's only $21,871. The 2025 Buick Envista is 0 down and only $369 a month. And ride in the truck, the GMC Sierra with $11,000 in savings. At Chris Offenberg Buick GMC in Carbondale.
Advantage Offenberg.
Welcome back to Kaskaskia College. Dave McKenzie, John LeBlond alongside on the video side with LeBlond Productions. Rick Hayes back at our ESPN studios. 11:58 remaining here in the half, tied at 16 on the road at Kaskaskia. And it's going to be Blue Devil basketball coming out of the timeout. Shakari Granger out of Douglasville, Georgia. He has the ball in his hand. Bounce pass gets it in for the Devils. Right wing three, up and good for Gerard Mackey. 7 in the game for Mackey. And the Volunteers now trail by 3. It's 19-16. They get the ball into Payne. 2-2-1 press by Blue Devils. Balls break it. Jumper from Miles is a little bit short. Can't get that to go in the outlet after the rebound by Shakari Granger. Now it's Markel Newsom. Newsom up top across the logo to the left-hand side with the left-hand dribble. Crosses back, got the screen from Hodges, reverses back to the left, tried to feed Hodges, and the pass a little bit too far in front of him. Turnover number 2 on the Blue Devils. Right side, Vols have it. Jaden Miles down low. Little baby jumper for Miles is good. 5 in the game for Jaden. Pulls the Vols back to within 1. They trail 19-18. Here comes Mackey. Mackey all the way to the baseline. Bounce pass up top. Hodges takes over. Newsom takes over. Newsom hands it off now to Hall. Terrence Hall, top of the key. Right side. Jumper from Newsom. Buried for 3. Off the right wing. Newsom averaging 12 a game. Already up to 9 here in the first half. Balls quickly into the front court to Carl Payne. Just across the timeline. Gets it to Taylor Smith. Taylor drives in. Low block. Reverses. Little fadeaway jumper. Off the mark, but the tip in is good. Jaden Miles picks up the tip. 7 for Jaden. Vols trail by 2. It's 22-20 now. Here is Newsom. Brings it here to the near side. Kaskaskia left to right on your dial. And a foul on Jaden Miles as he was bumping into Lionel Hodges. Jaden picks up foul number 1. It's going to be team foul number 5 on the Volunteers. So Booney comes into the game to replace Jaden Miles. A lot of chatter on the floor. Officials step in. Not exactly sure where all the talk's coming from. They get it in. Driving in is Hall. Hall kicks it out left wing. Nobody steps out defensively. And the 3, no good from Mackey. But Blue Devils get the rebound. With it, trying to find his way to the rim is Jakari Granger, and a reaching foul on, nope, no foul. Ball went out of bounds. And it's going to stay with the Blue Devils. 16 on the shot clock here from Kaskaskia. They lob it in, top of the key to Mackey. Mackey outside the arc, throws it, and the ball off the leg of Markel Newsom. Turnover number 3 now on the Blue Devils. So the Vols can tie it or take the lead here this afternoon on the next possession. On the floor, it's DeCarl Payne, Davius Lowry, Cameron Boone, Taylor Smith, and Julian Norris Jr. Right side, 3, launched long range, bang, there's Davius Lowry. His first field goal of the game, averaging 12 a ball game. Vols have taken the lead, they're up 1. Driving in, step back jumper from Newsom, in and out, no good, tipped around, rebound by Hall. Hall gets the putback for Kaskaskia. And the Blue Devils are as advertised in the rebounding game. The length of the floor, Miles kicks it to Payne. Payne drives in, got free, and the left-hand runner by DeCarl. 4 in the game for Payne. Ball's back up 1, 25-24. Well, that's a pretty drive by DeCarl. Got the clear out and took it straight to the hole. Up top with the ball. Bounce pass, top of the key to Mackey. Mackey looks inside, feeds it down low. With it is Newsom. Dishes it out, 3 straight away. No good. Long rebound is grabbed by the Blue Devils. Out here on the right wing, Newsom, stutter step, 3, right wing, no good. And Payne gets the board for the Volunteers. Outlet pass to Taylor Smith. Taylor, the left-hand dribble to the elbow. Dishes it down low. Kim Boone going for the block, gets fouled. Or excuse me, going for the dunk and gets fouled. And the foul is going to be on Lionel Hodges as he prevented Boone from getting the dunk. So Cam shooting 2 free throws. He's got 2 points here this afternoon. Averaging about 3 a game in conference play. And this is the first free throw. Just 8:13 remaining here in the first half. Second from Cameron Boone, the 6'10 sophomore out of East St. Louis, Illinois. Booney's second free throw is good. Cam with 3. He's going to come out of the game as Miles comes back in. Jaden playing with 1 foul. So Anthony Sanford out of St. Louis, Missouri, the 6'5 sophomore. He's in the game for the first time for Coach Brian Hancock. Bringing the ball across midcourt, Markel Newsom to the right wing. Nice feed to Mackey. Mackey can't finish. Shot tipped up twice, no good. Volunteers get the rebound. That's Lowry that got the ball, and he just lost control of it. He was trying to pass it out. It went off his fingertips, and the Volunteers have their 4th turnover of the game as we are under 8 minutes with 7:54 remaining. It's a media timeout. Vols have a 2-point lead. It's 26-24 on 103.5 ESPN.
Our students are employed immediately. Sometimes they are employed before they get their associate's degree.
I have a position working in early childhood. Dr. Marilyn Tolliver, my professor, was able to really prepare me to be able to teach in a classroom as a lead teacher.
To see them interact and engage in what I'm teaching them is life-changing.
26-24 is our score with 7:54 remaining here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, you're going to hear an interview with Dr. Kirk Overstreet. That's going to be coming up during our halftime report. Vols lead it by 2, 26-24. It's going to be Blue Devil basketball from right in front of the Volunteer bench on the far side of the floor. Looking to get it in. They need to hurry, and they do. They get it to Sanford, and he throws it up top. Now they can set the offense with Newsom. Newsom right at the circle. Between the leg dribble, works to the right side, throws it up top to Cutter Mackey. Mackey high off the glass, no good. Rebound out of bounds. And Marcus Eves appears to be shaken up, holding his left elbow. Looks like he's going to be okay, though. Straight away, three buried out there by Markel Newsom. His second three-pointer, giving him 12 in the game. My goodness. 1 point lead now for Kaskaskia. They're up 27-26. Volunteers basketball, though. Eves drives into the front court, dishes it to Miles. He's toward the corner left. Ball's tipped. It goes in the back court and tracked down by Lowry. Lowry brings it back into Eves. Eves crosses across the top toward the logo. Reverses it back here to the near side. 8 on the shot clock. 6 on the shot clock. Free throw line jumper. Fade away. Good for Marcus Eves. 6 in the game for Eves. Gives the Vols the 1 point lead back. 28-27. Newsom straight away just above the free throw line is good. Newsom is at 14 points already. 2 above his average on the season. Vols are content to just give him the shot at this point. Miles trying to fight his way into the paint, puts it up with the right hand, gets bumped and fouled. Shot doesn't fall, but Jaden Miles shooting free throws again. Anthony Sanford picks up the foul for Kaskaskia. Jaden, who missed the last game against Wabash Valley, is back with the Vols today, and with that free throw make, he's at 8 points, the leading scorer for the Volunteers. Jaden stands 6'8". One dribble the ball, spins the ball in his left hand. Second free throw is good. 9 now for Miles. Vols have the 1 point lead. Back and forth this game has gone start to finish so far. 6:20 remaining here in the first half. Newsom feeds it right side, mid-range jumper, air ball, no good, but the ball out of bounds. Marcus Eves was the last to touch it after the miss from Jakari Granger. So it's going to be Blue Devil basketball. Granger steps to the official's left-hand side. He'll trigger in, baseline right. Gets it in to Mackey. Mackey out, left of the circle, inside the arc, spins in the paint, puts it up with the right hand, and good. What a move from Gerard Mackey. Spins away from the defender, gets the easy bucket. 9 for Mackey. Back to a 1 point lead for the Blue Devils. Danon Rucker dishes it to Miles. Miles down low, just off the block right. Backing his man down, pulls up the dribble, high off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound, Davius Lowry can't get, but he gets a rebound again. This time with the right hand, he got fouled. And Davius has free throws coming after the foul on Jakari Granger. And it's going to be team foul number 8 on the Blue Devils as Lowry goes to the line. Davius averaging 14.4 points a ball game in conference play. On the season, just 12.5 points. He hits that first free throw. Lowry in that first matchup back on January 9th back at Brewer Gymnasium, finished with 9 points in the game. Correction, 8 points in the game. So Lowry, second free throw is good. 5 here this afternoon. 32-31. Logan holding on to that 1 point lead. 5.5 remaining until halftime. Blue Devils ball out on the left wing, driving in. Hall, now they reverse it back up top. Straight away, Newsom can't hit the three. One of the few misses for Newsom, but the rebound stays with Sanford for the Blue Devils. Dishes it off. The jumper, little up and under from Jakari Granger is good. 4 in the game for Granger. And a foul in the backcourt by the Blue Devils. As they continue to press, the foul is on Markel Newsom. So now that's going to have the Volunteers shooting double bonus here. DeCarl with 4 points here this afternoon. Misses the first. It's not a double bonus. It was just the 1-and-1, and he misses the front end. Ball goes out of bounds. And a foul called. Jaden Miles just picked up his second foul on the push from behind. So Blue Devils with the 1 point lead and the ball. Under 5 to play now until halftime. Here's Newsom. Crosses over against Jaden Miles, feeds the low post. That's Sanford, triple team right there. Has to reverse it back out to Newsom. He's got an open three, right wing. Off the rim, no good. It hit the guy wire above the basket, and so that's going to give it back to John A. Logan, a chance to regain the lead here. 33-32. Falls trail by 1 with the basketball. So still 2-2-1. Full court press by the Blue Devils. They get it into the front court. Eves down, has his shot blocked, goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Volunteers. So to Carl Payne, he takes the ball from the official, slaps the ball, puts it in play, has his inbound pass just slapped right back out of bounds. They'll try again. There we go, slaps the ball, needs to get it in and does, out toward the right corner. Nico, ball slapped out of his hands, last touched by Anthony Sanford of the Blue Devils. This time they lob it in toward Marcus Eves. Marcus with the left-hand dribble, he's out toward the far hash. Gets the screen set up from Jaden Miles, now Payne to Lowry, 3, no good, over the top of the backboard. It's going to be Blue Devil basketball with 4:14 remaining here in this first half of basketball. Volunteers, who are 13-9 on the season. Kaskaskia 13-8 on the season. 4 minutes remaining, 33-32 Blue Devils. Sanford, bounce pass, and good defense by Marcus Eves. And Marcus Eves couldn't pick it up. And he looks at his hands and is like, why can't I pick it up, as we are under 4 now. And this will be the media timeout here from Kaskaskia. Back and forth ball game right now. Kaskaskia leads it 33-32. Back in 60 on 103.5 ESPN.
A new ride for the new year, you bet, at Chris Offenberg Buick GMC in Carbondale. The 2025 Buick Encore is here, and it's only $21,871. The 2025 Buick Envista is 0 down and only $369 a month. And ride in the truck, the GMC Sierra with $11,000 in savings. At Chris Offenberg Buick GMC in Carbondale.
Advantage Offenberg.
Just 3:58 remaining until halftime here from Kaskaskia. Dave McKenzie with you. Rick Hayes back at the studio. John LeBlond alongside here, top row from Kaskaskia College. It's going to be Blue Devil basketball. They have the 1-point lead. They're up 33-32. It's going to be Markel Newsom, leading scorer in the game so far with 14 as he triggers in from the baseline to our right. Newsom lobs it in, and it comes to Gerard Mackey. Now it's Sanford, back to Newsom. Newsom between the circles, Payne on him defensively. Right side now to Granger. Granger with Caden Hawkins on him, broke free from Hawkins, tried the reverse layup. Jaden Miles reaches up and snatches that rebound. Fights it off, ball tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Terrence Hall. It's going to stay with your Volunteers. As Tyler Smith-Peters needs to wipe some schmutz off the basketball with the schmutz towel. Now, official seems to be happy, so they trigger in now. Volunteers with it, trying to regain the lead. They trail by one, 33-32. Miles out on the right wing, trying to feed the post to Lowry. Last touched by Davius Lowry. Turnover number 5 on John A. Logan College. Just 3 turnovers for Kaskaskia. Neither team really turns the ball over much. 12 a game for John A. Logan, 13 for Kaskaskia. Bounce pass up top to Sanford. Sanford between the circles with Miles, drives past him, puts it off the glass short, and Miles just picked up foul number 3. So quickly, Cameron Boone is going to have to come in to take over for Jaden Miles. So now, Anthony Sanford, 66% free throw shooter on the season, looking for his first point, hits that first free throw. Boone back into the game now, replacing Miles. Boone takes his place down on the low block, left side, on the free throw line. Second free throw now from Sanford. Hits them both. 3-point lead, 35-32. The last time these two teams played, Vols won it 96-64. That was back January 9th at Brewer Gymnasium. It's been back and forth here early, but you also have to remember, as Hawkins' little fadeaway jumper from Caden, the first time these two teams played, they were missing Lionel Hodges and I believe Newsom. Foul is going to be called on Caden Hawkins as he picks up his second. So that's going to send Markel Newsom to the line. He, outstanding free throw shooter, shoots 81%. And Newsom, with his first free throw of the game, is no good. And it's Eves that gets the rebound for the Volunteers. Brings it across midcourt. 2.5 remaining here in the half. Eves, jumper, got fouled. And it's going to be on Jakari Granger. 10th team foul now. So double bonus for the Volunteers as Eves hits the free throw. 7 now in the game for Marcus. In the game, Dallas Harding Fair, the 6'7" sophomore out of Sandoval, Illinois. Second from Eves is good. Gives him 8 in the ball game. So with 2:20 remaining, Vols have the 1-point lead. Here's Hall, bounce pass to Harding Fair. He dishes it off to Newsom. Newsom feeds Harding Fair, shot blocked from behind, got his own rebound in the bucket and the foul. Harding Fair going to the line. Dallas after the foul on Caden Hawkins. That's going to be the third on Caden. Harding Fair holds the ball high above his head on that free throw. 38-36 now after that three-point play from Dallas Harding Fair. 2 minutes remaining in the half. DeCarl Payne got free down the baseline and got fouled. Caden Hawkins limping. He's dealing with the Harding Fair picks up the foul. But I was saying Caden Hawkins dealing with that bruised heel. Appears to be on his right foot. As you'll see him come up just a little bit gimpy from time to time. Payne misses the first free throw, steps off the line. Now he steps back in, puts that right foot on the line. Dribbles once, twice. Ball in the air, hits that one. Payne now with 5. He had 11 the last time these two teams played for the Volunteers. It's a 1-point ball game, 38-37, under 2 to play. Sanford, top of the key. Gives it back to Newsom. Newsom, he's left of the circle. Dishes it off now to Hall. Hall, he takes over top of the key against Eaves. Drives in, forces his way in, lobs it up toward the rim. Fair is there. Harding Fair gets the bucket. He was there to clean up the mess. So after coming into the game, Fair with 5 quick points. Eaves forces it, travels, or did he travel or foul? And looks like it's going to be a blocking foul on Kaskaskia. So Harding Fair picks up his second. So along with those 5 points in the last 90 seconds, he's got 2 fouls. And Marcus Eaves, who's setting on 8 points in the game, is at the stripe and hits the first one.
Checking in from Volunteers, number 11, Danon Rucker.
Danon Rucker comes in for Caden Hawkins. Caden, who has 3 fouls, heads to the bench. And the second free throw now from Eaves is good. Double-digit 10 for Marcus. He leads the Vols with 10, 9 in the game from Jaden Miles. The Vols trail by 1. It's 40-39 with 1:10 remaining in the first half. Spin move by Mackey, puts it up, no good. And it's Danon Rucker, or excuse me, Lowry that gets the rebound. Here's Eaves out on that right wing. Looks it inside, crosses up, takes it to the paint. Right-hand floater's good. Rattled that one home. 12 in the game now for Eaves. Vols regain the lead. They're up 1, 41-40. Here's Newsom bringing it around with the right hand to the right wing. Clock ticks to about 38. Stolen. Vols an opportunity the other way. And they turn it over. Can't finish it on the other end. Clock with 27 seconds remaining. 24 on the shot clock. Getting free. Harding Fair gets fouled as Marcus Eaves picks up the foul. It's going to be number 2 on Marcus.
Marcus Eaves, his second, team 10. Shooting 2 for the Blue Devils, number 15.
So Dallas Harding Fair, 43% free throw shooter. But he's perfect from the line here today, 2 for 2 since his entry into the game. Taylor Smith is back in the game. He replaces Danon Rucker, second from Harding Fair. 7 for Fair. With 22 seconds remaining, shot clock turned off. To Carl Payne, length of the floor, off the glass. Oh, he gets fouled, but he can't finish. Ball just rolled right off the front of the rim.
Fouls on the Blue Devils, number 15, Dallas Harding Fair.
That's going to be the third on Harding Fair. So a foul fest here at Kaskaskia. So many fouls and foul fest, they should have concession trailers outside selling tickets. Payne misses the free throw. So DeCarl stuck on 5 points here this afternoon. 16 seconds remaining. The second free throw from Payne. He gets that one to go. So chance to close out the half for the Blue Devils. Newsom here on the right wing. 7 on the clock. Gets it left, right wing. Launches. No good. Rebound tipped out. Eves gets it. Shot from Payne at the buzzer. Not in time. And the Vols are tied with Kaskaskia here at halftime. 42-42. We'll take a quick break and come back and recap the scoring here in the half when we return on 103.5 ESPN.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what Johnny Logan does for you.
Studio, John LeBlond alongside on the video side. Looking at the scoring here in the first half, 42-42 is our score. And it's Markel Newsom, the leading scorer here this afternoon. After one half, he leads everyone with 14 points, 9 in the game for Gerard Mackey. Terrence Hall with 2 for Kaskaskia, 4 in the game from Jakari Granger, 4 in the game from Miles Liddell, 7 from Dallas Harding Fair, and that came in about the last 2.5 minutes of that half. And then Anthony Sanford has 2 points, 42 scored by the Blue Devils of Kaskaskia College. Johnny Logan College led by the 12 points from Marcus Eves, 9 in the game from Jaden Miles, 6 from DeCarl Payne, 2 from Taylor Smith, 5 from Davius Lowry, 3 from Danon Rucker, 3 from Cameron Boone, 2 from Caden Hawkins. Volunteers and the Blue Devils are tied at 42. We're going to go on and take a break here on our halftime report. You're going to hear an interview with Johnny Logan College President Dr. Kirk Overstreet here on 103.5 ESPN.
I'm talking to is Dr. Kirk Overstreet, Johnny Logan College. First off, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you, sir.
I don't know what it was. It's weird. I was driving by the campus. I was coming back from Carbondale, so I pull off 13, and I look back there. I'm saying, am I seeing some new buildings by the ballpark?
Yeah.
I kept seeing this white building and structure back there at the top, and I'm saying, last time I was on the campus with Kirk, I don't remember that building. What is that?
The baseball softball facility that we've been sponsored by Harrison Bruce. They helped us build that, and it's going to be complete here in a couple of months, and we'll have an indoor facility for our baseball, softball teams to practice. We'll be utilizing that for area folks. We'll be letting community come over and use that. It's going to be a top-notch program and a top-notch building for people to work out in. It's going to have some really cool lockers for our teams in there, and it's going to be a pretty neat little. Well, not little, actually. It's kind of big, in between the softball and baseball fields.
I look at it as a community resource.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely, everything we do, and that's the thing about Johnny Logan College and a community college, is that, we are there for the community, everything we have. And so we like to rent out our spaces. Obviously, our baseball team, softball team is going to be in there practicing a lot. And, we've got some great teams there and great coaches working with those teams. But then it'll be there for summer camps. Coach Supernaut and Seifert, they'll be bringing in softball and baseball kids throughout the summer. And now we have an inside facility. So when it's 90, well, I know it doesn't feel like 95 out today, but 95 out there on the field gets pretty warm.
Yep.
So the facility is going to be great for them, air conditioned and out of the rain.
All right, hypothetically, let's just say this Saturday you happen to have a large event, like the deployment ceremony for the Illinois Army National Guard.
Yes.
And it was raining. Would you be able to hold that inside that location? I mean,
Yeah.
I know there's the space. I don't know what's in the space.
Yeah, it's big. It's not. I don't know that it's big enough for that. I mean, it's definitely larger. It's about the same size as our practice facility next to the gym is, and so I don't know that it's got that much space. It's got a little bit more room in the back with the lockers and the bathrooms. And I don't know the actual square footage of the building, Tom, but it's probably not big enough for that. Luckily, we have a nice-sized gym where we'll have a ceremony for the deployment. Yeah.
All right. Now, it's important because it's really a nationwide phenomenon. It's not Illinois. It's not just Southern Illinois. One of the articles that I talked about, I just read, was about universities, and they called it the freshman cliff. And it's that first-year college student and the decreasing numbers across this country, a freshman cliff. Now, I talked to Austin Lane about it, SIU chancellor, and he says, I don't let those things distract me. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. But so I want to pose this to you. Is accomplishment and success in higher education now not seeing your enrollment number go down? That success is not an increase in number, although you have one. Mm-hmm. Success now has to be measured by not losing students, or in your case, class hours.
Yeah, so our real success is in retention. And I've talked about this before, and it's not about the retention. It is about retention, having students stay in class and have them stay in the college. Obviously, that helps my revenue streams, right? That helps me support the college and do what we're doing.
Because that's how you're paid, by class
hours. That's how
hours.
we're paid. But the most important thing to me is that we don't decrease in retention to help these students be successful in gaining the credentials and the education that they're trying to achieve. And so we're putting a lot of effort into our retention, our completion model, to help our students be successful. Navigators to help them through the systems, making sure that they're breaking down barriers. So many barriers, Tom. One of the biggest barriers are those 18 to 25-year-old young ladies with a child. They're single parent. They're trying to get a degree. They're trying to get a certificate. They have the toughest time trying to find, and they're not the only ones. There's a lot of folks. We got a lot of data on this now. And we are trying to find all of those barriers, and then we're trying to find successful ways of helping them get over those barriers. I can't open up a daycare on campus. I would love to do it.
Actually, Kirk saw the look on my face and knew what I was going to say already, so he's trying to beat me to the punch. But, I mean, that's the first question probably other people do ask. But if you're good at partnerships, can't you create a partnership with a daycare facility that's already licensed so you don't have the liability and the licensing is off on somebody else and you?
And that is definitely something we're looking at doing. We're looking at doing that. We're looking at utilizing scholarship dollars to help people with that situation, helping them with emergency scholarships and different things that will help them get over the hump of making sure that they're having those issues taken care of.
I think there's a couple of pieces of legislation when it comes to police officers, I think, in recruitment to help with student loans, and up to $6,000 in student loan to go to get your higher education diploma. I think that's State Representative David Freese.
Yeah, we have, and just not only that. I mean, again, we talked about this before. We have over $11 million in scholarships in the scholarship fund in the foundation. A lot of it doesn't get used because people don't apply for it.
This is something you and I have been talking about since almost the first day you and I met.
Yeah.
I mean, because you've been talking how much money's left on the counter here when it comes to these packages.
Right.
But I think at the same time, in listening to you talk, you say, look, there's obstacles to education. I've talked to a couple of people who are mentoring kids, and they go, look, they really need that extra mentoring to be able to succeed that first year at John A. or SIU. I know some people that are doing that. Very rewarding, they say. Got a friend of mine in particular who's mentoring on English. But those are those obstacles you talked about. They take a lot of different forms, and you don't realize it until you got somebody close enough to you saying, look, I can't afford the child care. I've got 2 kids. You know how expensive that is? I can't pay for 2 kids and school.
Right. And that's the important part. That's the point of the Promise Scholarship that we're working on for our first gen, and our traditional age students. But, as we roll that Promise program out, we're going to be looking to create an adult Promise program so that people who are coming back to school.
We need to rerun the tape here just a little bit. I know what the Promise program is. You revealed it here on this program a couple of visits back. I think we ought to give people a short taste of what that means, the Promise program.
Sure. The Promise program is this. So starting next year, high school freshmen will be able to sign up for the Promise program. And there are about 4 or 5 different components to the program. It is a GPA and an attendance program. So you stay in school, in high school. You maintain a GPA that's a point over 2.0. I think it's 2.5. And you keep an 85 to 95% attendance rating. We have an appeal process for them. In the end of their run in high school, they have to take, I'm going to say 9, I think it's 9 credit hours of dual credit to prep them for high school. And then they have to take our orientation class before they come. And if they do that and stay successful, 100% last dollar tuition. So last dollar scholarship. That means that they'll fill out the FAFSA, and everything that they can get with FAFSA they'll get. And whatever's left, the college will have a scholarship that will pay at the end. So, and we're even looking at tying this in with our OER, which is Open Educational Resources, which is free books, so that they're not paying for books. Tom, this will bring the cost of college for these students down to their fees. So we're talking maybe...
And tank of gas.
Yeah, exactly. And time and effort. They still have to put the effort in. They still have to be successful. And we're going to have... This starts with our freshman class next year, high school. Our first inaugural course or class that will come to Logan will be in 2030. That seems like a long time ago. It's not. It's tomorrow. Really, it'll be faster than you think. And these kids will all be able to go to school. And this is for all of our area high schools.
All right. Now the Promise program, paid down to the last dollar if you paint within the lines. That on top of the $11 million that is there in various programs to help them with scholarships, tuition, grants, whatever the proper term is, financial assistance. And the fact that so much is left on an annual basis on that, it shows 2 things: the amount of support that the school has from people who help fund those grants, but also, it shows that there's room for you. Financially, there's room for you. If we go through with all the programs, there's a good chance you're going to be able to find something that fits their wallet.
Yeah, and like I said, the whole idea is to reduce the cost of college down to as much as nothing as we can, right? And still be able to successfully have those students come through the programs. Now, I've had conversations.
Can I ask you a weird question?
Yeah.
If you give something to someone for free, do they value it as much as they should? And I've had this conversation. All right, let's take a look at a weight loss program. Boy, it's kind of expensive. I talked to the people who run the weight loss program and says, well, when people are financially invested in it, they have better outcomes because, look, I've spent $600 to lose weight, or $900 or $1,000. And this works in other programs, and I've worked with people to talk about this. We don't need the money. The money shows them there's value in this program, and they're better at it because of it. Is that a problem?
I've heard that argument before, and I don't think so. I think people understand the value of what the education is going to get them. And in a last dollar scholarship, right, there's some skin in the game. They got to fill out the FAFSA. They've got to follow.
I wondered how much of that was a role.
Yeah. I mean, Pell is going to be there for them. They're going to have, some loan that they're going to have to pay back a little bit on when they're done. It's not, but with Pell and MAP, I'm going to tell you, it's almost going to be nothing. And they might be able to take care of that subsumit pretty quickly. But, we're talking about saving $20,000, $50,000 worth of tuition here, right? And the lifelong gain, it's helping them understand that the gain is going to be so important to them down the road, and they got to work hard. So the problem is, it's not that they don't have skin in the game. They have to work hard starting freshman year to stay in that program.
All right, so let's look at it from the inverse then. Why, if we have so much financial assistance and better outcomes, and you make more money when you're in education, feel better about yourself, and give you a rounder life, why aren't more people going to school?
I think that there's been a myth about, and I'm I'm biased. I believe in education, and I believe what it's done. And you and I have talked about this. I was in construction. I was going to school. I was using my education in construction. I used it when I left construction to go into higher ed. It gave me a rounder, more richer life, and it gave me more opportunities. I mean, I wouldn't be here today if I didn't do those things, right? So, but I think there's been a misnomer with folks that higher education is unneeded, and I don't believe it. I believe that you get a certain amount of education through high school. That's good. I think that trades and trade schools and going to work in those fields is great. And I think but to be honest, to be successful in those trades, you need post-secondary education and training to make your way in those trades. You don't go to work.
John A. Logan softball continues play down in Florida today, and they picked a couple of wins up today. Big wins for head coach Taylor Seifert as she won her 300th as the head coach of John A. Logan softball. The first win today, it was Laura Linningham picking up the win 9-1 over Motlow State. And in game number 2, it was Sammy Schultz that struck out 14 in a 3-2 win for the Volunteers over Roan State. As we mentioned, Taylor Seifert now setting on 300 career wins. Congratulations, Coach Seifert and John A. Logan softball. They are now 4-1 on the season. John A. Logan men's basketball trying to pick up win number 14, conference win number 7. Work to do here in the second half as they are tied with Kaskaskia at 42. Flipping sides, John A. Logan now moving left to right on your radio dial with the basketball to start play here in the second. On the floor, backdoor lob to Jaden Miles. Oh, he can't finish at the rim. He misses the baby bunny. And it is the Blue Devils that get the rebound. Sloppy play as the ball goes out of bounds. And the Blue Devils turn it over, giving it back to Volunteers. Just 4 turnovers in the first half on Kaskaskia. Volunteers had 6 turnovers in the first half. So Blue Devils continue, put pressure on the ball in the backcourt. Here comes to Carl Payne, finally steps across midcourt. On the floor, it's Payne, Eves, Jaden Miles, Davius Lowry, and Taylor Smith. Payne feeds it to the post. That's Miles off the glass. Again, a little bit short with the layup. Outlet pass for the Blue Devils. 2-on-1 the other way, and a bump foul on DeCarl Payne before the shot. And that's going to be the first on Payne. So it'll belong to the Blue Devils baseline right. Terrell Galbraith triggers in, gets it to Miles Liddell. Jumper, right wing, 3 out there on the right wing from Terrell Galbraith, his first field goal. A 3-point lead now for the Blue Devils. Marcus Eves backs everybody off, brings it across midcourt himself. Drives in, trip, fed Miles. Miles gets the dunk that time. Missed the first 2 shots, but he doesn't miss that one as he gets the dunk, giving him 11 in the game. Pulls the balls back to within 1, 45-44. Newsom. Markell over to the right wing to Galbraith. Galbraith bounce pass to the high post. That's Mackey. Mackey drives into the low block, throws it up with the right hand, and he gets that to go. Mackey now with 11 in the game. And it's back to a 3-point lead for the Devils. Davius Lowry into the front court, top of the key, to the paint, puts it up, runner no good, rebound pulled down by Lionel Hodges. Outlet pass now to Lindell, and he gets fouled. Liddell, not Lindell, it's Liddell, is the foul. Carl Payne just picked up his second foul of the half. So now it's going to be Liddell. 67% shooter, misses the first. Falls are going to have a Wednesday night off. Their next game is coming up next Saturday when they're home against Lakeland. So kind of a rest week for the Volunteers as Liddell hits the second. 5 in the game now for Miles Liddell. Vols got to get it in, and they finally do, to Nico Rucker, who gets it right back to Eves. Now it's Payne that takes over. To Carl out on the far side. Crosses over between the legs. Now to the left wing, to the baseline. Got free. The runner partially blocked, and it comes away to Miles Liddell for the Blue Devils. He keeps it to the right wing. Newsom to the free throw line. Jumper from there. Pull up, no good. And Jaden Miles gets the rebound. Miles brings it into the front court. Pulls up here. Now he feeds it up to Danon Rucker. Danon back toward the logo. Top of the key, into the paint. Pushed. And it's going to be on Markel Newsom. Newsom just picked up his second foul. 48-44 is our score. Blue Devils have the 4-point lead. Volunteers basketball, though. Payne looking to get it in, lobs it up top. That's Danon Rucker. Danon drives in, feeds it to Miles. Miles, the reverse layup, can't finish again. His third miss here. 3 of 4 he's missed. Bunnies down low. Got to get those. Turnaround, jumper, short from Hodges. Volunteers the rebound, it's Rucker. Coast to coast, off the glass, and the foul for Danon Rucker. Big time drive from Danon. The bucket's going to count. The foul is on Miles Liddell. Danon at the line shooting the N1. Could pull the Vols to within 1. His free throw's way short. Last touched by Lionel Hodges. And so the Vols catch a break there. Another opportunity here in the front court to the right. Payne slaps, lobs. Miles the dunk! A lob to Jaden Miles on the inbound. 13 in the game for Miles. And that ties us up 48-48. Newsom to the right side, to the block. Reed throws it or dishes it off elbow, and the jumper is good from Lionel Hodges. Hodges' first field goal of the game. He averages 16 a ball game. 50-48. Kaskaskia the 2-point lead. Jaden Miles spin on the block, off the glass, and he gets fouled. And Jaden, the focus of the offense here in this second half. The foul on Lionel Hodges is third. And so with the clock stopped, 16-19, Vols trail by 2. Jaden Miles is shooting 2 free throws. He's got 13 in the game. And he hits that first one. Jaden, who missed that last game against Wabash Valley, making his return today, getting the start here this afternoon. 5 freshmen start for Tyler Smith-Peters as Miles cans both free throws. 15 now. Jaden, the leading scorer in the contest as well. Tied up at 50. 16-10 remaining here in the ball game. Newsom to the left wing. Now it's Liddell. Liddell bumps into Payne, dishes it off right wing. 13 on the shot clock. And another foul. This has been, like we said in the first half, a foul fest. As Miles, unfortunately, now has just picked up his 4th foul, so that's going to bring Davius Laurie into the game. And with 16 minutes exactly remaining, we got a timeout on the floor. This is the media timeout. Tied at 50 from Kaskaskia College on 103.5 ESPN.
Welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
Kaskaskia College, Dave McKenzie, Rick Hayes back at the studio. John LeBlanc with LeBlanc Productions has the video side for you. Looking through, kind of comparing this game to the first matchup back in January. In that first game at Brewer Gymnasium for Kaskaskia, Clemmy Chandler finished with 16, and Gerard Mackey had 28 for the Blue Devils. Now Mackey setting on 11 here so far in the game, and Clemmy Chandler, who had those 16 points, he's not even played here this afternoon. As first free throw's good from Hodges. Hodges, who averages 16, he did not play in that first game. And he misses the second free throw, keeping him at 3 points on the game. So a 1-point lead now for the Blue Devils. Volunteers with the basketball, though. Here's Eves. Eames with the dribble between the legs, gets the play call from Tyler Smith-Peters. Coming up, Lowry takes it between the circles, now dribbles right-handed to Carl. Carl kicks it out. Eames, the runner no good from Nico Rucker. Outlet pass, Newsom to Mackey, who feeds the post, whips it back to Mackey. Top of the key, head fake by Newsom, brings it near side. Wide open three, corner left from Galbraith. No good, and Volunteers get the rebound. That's Eves. Outlet pass now. Davius Lowry into the paint. Ball stripped away. First turnover of the half on the Vols. The other way, 4-on-2. And little jumper's no good. Ball on the floor. And it's timeout is called by Brian Hancock, as on the floor for the Blue Devils was Miles Liddell, surrounded by Volunteers trying to grab the basketball. Brian Hancock has to call the timeout. 51-50 is our score. 15 minutes remaining here in the game. It's going to be a full timeout here on 103.5 ESPN.
A new ride for the new year. You bet, at Chris Offenberg Buick GMC in Carbondale. The 2025 Buick Encore is here, and it's only $21,871. The 2025 Buick Envista is 0 down and only $369 a month. And ride in the truck, the GMC Sierra, with $11,000 in savings. At Chris Offenberg Buick GMC in Carbondale.
Advantage Offenberg.
We want 51-50. Blue Devils have that 1-point lead. It's just been a back and forth ball game. Neither team really getting much more than a 3-point lead in the contest so far. Vols won the first matchup of the year, 96-64. But that was at home back on January 9th. It's going to be Blue Devil basketball, far sideline. Jared Mackey gets it into Newsom. Newsom feeds the high post, backdoor feed to Liddell, puts it up with the right hand, short, and a nice rebound by Danon Rucker. Danon on the run, outlet pass to Eves, bumps into the defender in the charge. Eves dropped the shoulder, put it in the defender who hit the floor. That was Newsom. And so Eves picks up his third foul. Tyler Smith-Peters asking for the explanation as Newsom was in stride with Eves. But the fact that Marcus dropped the shoulder may have been the deciding factor on that charging call. Right wing, three, buried out there by Terrell Galbraith. Galbraith, his second three-pointer of the half. There's a 4-point lead for Kaskaskia, corner right. Lowry feeds the post, got free. Eves on the cut through the lane. Easy bucket for Marcus. 14 now for Eves. Pulls the Volunteers to within 2, down 54-52. Markel Newsom out on that right wing. Left-hand dribble, high bounce pass to the top of the key. Bringing it here to the near side is Terrell Galbraith. Galbraith to the post, threw it away. It was intended for Gerard Mackey. Too far for Mackey to grab hold of it, though. Turnover number 2. That is turnover number 6 in the game. So the Vols got to get it in, and they do. Julian Norris Jr. into the game, along with Nico Rucker. Nico brings it across timeline, dishes it off to Payne. To Carl here on the near hash. Takes it up top toward the logo, KC at midcourt. In blue and white on the floor. Now to Lowry. Lowry, jab step in, jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Blue Devils. That was Liddell. Liddell keeps it. Dishes it off now to Newsom. Newsom has Norris on him defensively. Takes it between the circles to the right wing. Liddell driving in against Payne. Finds Newsom. Head fake by Newsom out on the left wing. Crosses up inside the arc jumper. No good. Rebound comes off to Carl Payne. Payne has it. Into the front court for the Volunteers to the left side to the baseline. That's Nico. Got free and the dunk. Oh, that's Danon. Not Nico, and the big dunk from Danon Rucker on the baseline drive. But they say Danon hung on the rim. The bucket's going to count. And so that's a technical on Rucker.
We have a technical foul on number 11, Danon Rucker. At the line for the Blue Devils, number 2.
Hanging on the rim, can't do that. That comes at the 12:54 mark here. Newsom hit the technical free throw. So it pushes Kaskaskia back to a 1-point lead here with the basketball. Galbraith crosses over, bounce pass, low block. Hodges trying to find his way to the rim, gets it up with the right hand and good. Lionel Hodges, 5 in the game now for Hodges. 3-point lead for the Blue Devils. Volunteers and a foul in the backcourt on Terrell Galbraith, the third, as he got in too tight on Davius Lowry. So Evan Nole coming into the game for the first time this afternoon, the sophomore out of Marion. He checks in, heads to the baseline on the left. He'll trigger in for the Volunteers. Evan, got to get it in. And a turnover, gives it to the Blue Devils. In the paint, corner right, Newsom launches the three, short, gets his own rebound, and a fresh 20 now for the Blue Devils. Left wing three from Galbraith is no good. Rebound in the paint, out of bounds. It's going to be last touched by Kaskaskia College. So Johnny Logan gets a break there.
Checking in for the Blue Devils, number 23, Anthony Sanford.
Caden Hawkins back into the game, replacing Julian Norris. So right now on the floor, it's Lowry, Taylor Smith, Hawkins, Payne, and Evan Nole. Payne against that press in the backcourt, calls everybody off. Dishes it to Evan. Evan into the front court. Taylor Smith. Taylor, mid-range jumper, good. Taylor Smith, quiet afternoon. That's his 4th point, averaging 9 a game in conference play for the Volunteers. Keeps the Vols to within 1, 57-56, 11 minutes remaining, about 11:50. Top of the key, Hodges. Free throw line just above, or jumper from above the free throw line, out of bounds. Didn't hit anything, so The turnover is going to give it to the Volunteers, the third turnover on the Blue Devils here in the second half. Timeout on the floor, under 12 with 11:40 remaining. Back in 60. Vols trail by 1, 57-56 here on 103.5 ESPN.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
(57-56). Kaskaskia has the 1-point lead here at Kaskaskia. Volunteers going to be home coming up next Saturday, 1 week from today. No game on Wednesday night, but they're going to be hosting Logan College. That'll be at 3 o'clock tip-off from Brewer Gymnasium. Volunteers basketball. Evan Noley stays in the game, and he gets it into Caden Hawkins. Caden, as we've said, nursing that bruised heel. Noley brings it across midcourt himself now. Hands it off to Hawkins. Back to Noley. Evan, corner left to Carl Payne. A wide open three. Bang for DeCarl Payne. 9 for Payne. Vols have a 2-point lead. This may be their biggest lead of the game right here. I can't think of them being up more than 2. Maybe 3 at one point in the first half. Devils ball though. In the paint, little high sky hook good though for Lionel Hodges. Tied up at 59. 10:50 remaining here in the game. Here comes Lowry across midcourt. Left-hand dribble between the leg. Takes it left side. Keeps it. Reverses it back. Now it's Hawkins here to the near side to Payne. Payne to the free throw line. Into the paint. Runner with the left hand. Good for DeCarl. Payne gets free down on the block. 11. And it's back up to Volunteers 61-59. Here's Liddell. Liddell bounce pass to the high post. Coming out Sanford. Sanford matched up on Lowry. Feeding the post. Ball tipped away. Noley steals it. Brings it into the front court for the Volunteers. Out on the right wing, finds Hawkins. Hawk, left side. Taylor Smith, 3, short to Noley. Evan picks it up. 20 on the shot clock for the Vols. They can reset. Hawkins dishes it. Here to Payne. Payne, step back 3. Corner from the right wing is good. That foot was close to the line, but he gets the 3. Hey, look at that. The Vols are up 5 now, 64-59. Nice little stretch run from the Volunteers. Sanford dishes it off to Galbraith. Galbraith with Hawkins on him to the far hash. Caden got a hand on it, but it stays with the Blue Devils. Newsom free. The runner with the right hand is good. Newsom was 17. He's the leading scorer here this afternoon. 64-61. Volunteers up 3 with the ball. Davies hands it off to Taylor. Taylor Smith, free throw line jumper. Good. He's starting to heat it up. Taylor Smith, 6 here in the game, his 4th of the half. Under 9 to play, 66-61. Vols up 5. Newsom against Hawkins. Takes it left of the circle. Had it tipped, keeps it, forces the shot up. No good, partially blocked actually. Volunteers come away with it, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Kaskaskia College. It's going to be on Miles Liddell, his 4th.
Checking in for the Vols at number 11,
Danon Rucker checks in for Caden Hawkins. Here comes Marcus Eaves replacing Davius Lowry. So it's going to be Taylor Smith, Marcus Eaves, Danon Rucker, DeCarl Payne, and Evan Noley. Payne gets the play call. Tyler says take it right here to this spot. Hands it off to Eaves. Eaves, top of the key. Brings it right side. Hands it to Taylor Smith. He drives in. He got hacked. The reach in is going to be on Lionel Hodges, his fourth. So Hodges with 4. Galbraith with 3. Liddell with 4. Harding Fair with 3 for the Blue Devils. Taylor Smith, who has 6 here this afternoon, 4 in the second half, and those 4 coming here in about the last 2 minutes. Taylor's free throw. Can't get that to go. Again, congratulations to Taylor Seifert. John A. Logan softball picking up coach's 300th career win with a 9-1 win over Motlow State and a 3-2 win over Roan State. Lady Vol softball now 4-1 miss. Vols keep it. Jumper no good. Eaves has the rebound. They're battling in the paint, but it's the Blue Devils that come away with it. Newsom into the front court for Kaskaskia. Dishes it off to Hall. Hall out on that right wing. Got the screen. Keeps it with the left hand. Brings it toward the logo. Now reverses back to the right. Bounce pass up top. Newsom takes control from there. He's out on that right wing. Got the screen from Sanford. Got in the air. No place to go with it. Turnover number 6 here in the second half. Outlet pass. Danon Rucker. The layup for Rucker. Vols up 7 now. Here comes Galbraith, the runner with the right hand. Good for Terrell Galbraith. 8 for Galbraith. We'll have a timeout coming up at the next stoppage. 7:30 remaining. Vols lead it by 5, 68-63. Here's Marcus Eaves. Eaves directs traffic with the right hand. Hands it off to Evan Noley. Evan keeps the left hand dribble. Bounce pass to Payne. DeCarl gets the screen from Noley. Takes it to the left wing. Baseline drive. Reverses out. Taylor Smith, open 3. No good. And the rebound is grabbed by Dallas Harding Fair. Outlet pass to Sanford. Sanford wide open. 12-foot jumper short. And Danon Rucker, the rebound for the Volunteers. Bounce pass to Taylor Smith. The layup by Smith. 8 for Taylor. 7-point lead, up 70-63. Timeout on the floor called by Coach Brian Hancock. And the Volunteers have pulled away just a touch here on the road at Kaskaskia. They're up 70-63 on 103.5 ESPN.
A new ride for the new year, you bet, at Chris Offenberg Buick GMC in Carbondale. The 2025 Buick Encore is here, and it's only $21,871. The 2025 Buick Envista is 0 down and only $369 a month. And ride in the truck, the GMC Sierra with $11,000 in savings. At Chris Offenberg Buick GMC in Carbondale.
Advantage Offenberg.
Volunteers have a 7-point lead on the road at Kaskaskia. 6:46 remaining. They're up 70-63 coming out of the media timeout. Volunteers trying to pick up their 7th conference win on the season. They set at 6-2. Blue Devils, conference-wise, are 3-6. They're 13-8 on the season. The Volunteers overall 13-9. So it's Newsom that takes the inbound pass. Drives, Dishes, right wing three, partially blocked, but I think it was partially blocked as Galbraith buries it from the right wing. 11 for Terrell Galbraith. He averages almost 7 a game. 4-point lead for the Volunteers with the ball. Hawkins, left-hand dribble to the left wing. Screens around Noli, back to Evan, thought about the three, inside the arc. Now throws it back up to Hawkins. 7, 6, 5 on the shot clock. Hawkins trying to get free. Noli, the left-hand runner at the shot clock buzzer. Evan Noli in the scorebook with the left-hand layup. 72-66, 5:50 remaining in the game. Newsom dishes it off into the post. The pass intended for Terrence Hall off his hands. Goes out of bounds. 7th turnover on the Blue Devils in the second half. That's their 11th turnover overall this afternoon. Vols have just 8 turnovers in the game. But the inbound pass, I say that, and the Vols turn it over. Ball is tipped out of bounds right to Tyler Smith-Peters. He gives it a gentle bounce on the floor. Crosses his arms, hands the ball to the official. Devils basketball, far sideline. Markel Newsom, the sophomore out of Peoria. Here on the left wing, got the screen. And a little right-hand flip from Newsom. 19 in the game from Newsom. It's a 4-point lead for the Volunteers with the basketball. Hawkins backs his man, Newsom down. Around the screen to Eves. Eves picks it up from there. And he dribbles out with the right hand. Just over 5 remaining here. 72-68, 4-point lead. Eves trying to back Newsom down to the block. Got free, and a charge called on Marcus Eves. And that is going to be the 4th foul on number 0. Not exactly sure where the charge was as he bumped off the defender. But the call was a charge, and the turnover gives it back to the Blue Devils. Carl Payne back into the game. He replaces Taylor Smith. Taylor takes a bench on the sideline. Newsom takes the inbound pass for the Blue Devils. Under 5 to play here. Vols nursing that 4-point lead, 72-68. Newsom here on the left wing, back and forth at the free throw line. Thought about shooting, cut off nicely. Driving in, they reverse it back off to the right wing. 7 on the shot clock for the Devils. Driving in, Sanford dishes. Here it is, Galbraith, 3, no good. And Caden Hawkins gets the rebound for the Volunteers. Dishes to Eves. No foul called. Tyler Smith-Peters. Couldn't believe there wasn't a call there. Eves got free down the lane. Last touched by Terrence Hall. So it's going to be Volunteers ball. Caden Hawkins puts the ball in play. Eves has it out there toward the corner left. Dribbles into the paint, tied up. Newsom reached in, and the foul is going to be called on Markel Newsom, the 3rd. 7th team foul now on the Blue Devils. So Marcus Eves now with the Volunteers in the bonus, shooting the 1-and-1. We have an official stoppage. There's conversation taking place at the scorer's table. Not exactly sure what the conversation was, but they hand the basketball to Marcus Eves now. He's shooting the 1-and-1, trying to extend this 4-point lead for the Vols. They're up 72-68. Eves, the first free throw in the air, is good. 15 for Marcus. He and Jaden Miles each with 15 at the moment for the Volunteers. And Marcus, number 0 on his back. 3 dribbles of the ball, spins it left hand. Free throw is in the air, and it's good. 16 now for Eves. 74-68, 6-point lead now for the Vols. Kaskaskia with 4 minutes remaining. Nice lob, but it was too far from Terrence Hall. Goes out of bounds. Turnover number 8 of the half. Timeout on the floor, under 4 remaining, 3:59 to be exact. Volunteers lead it 74-68. Back in 60 on 103.5 ESPN.
Welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
Back at Kaskaskia, Dave McKenzie. Riquet's back at the studio. John LeBlond alongside with LeBlond Productions. We appreciate you tuning in here on 103.5 ESPN. And if you're watching on Facebook or on the Logan YouTube channel, here's the situation. Under 4 to play. Vols lead it by 6, 74-68. It's going to be John A. Logan basketball. Length of the floor to go. Marcus Eves is going to trigger in. Gets it in to Caden Hawkins, right back to Eves. Marcus matched up against Newsom defensively. Dribbles his way across the timeline. Got free down the lane, tried to dunk it. It's rims out. Here's Hawkins a 3, right side, buried for Caden Hawkins. Hawkins, corner right, pushes the lead to 9 for the Volunteers. 77-68. 3.5 remaining on the road. Newsom throws it up top. Sanford's jumper no good. Rebound controlled by DeCarl Payne for John A. Logan College. Brings it in. And DeCarl gets fouled. A blocking foul called on the Blue Devils. What a sequence there is the foul. Dallas Harding Fair picks up his 4th foul. So DeCarl can give the Volunteers a 10-plus point lead. Hits the first one. 15 for Payne. Harding Fair checks out for Coach Brian Hancock. 10-point lead, up 78-68. 3:16 on the clock. And missing the second in the rebound. It's grabbed by Lionel Hodges. So a 10-point lead, 3 minutes remaining. The feed, the cut, getting behind the defender, an easy bucket for Miles Liddell. 7 from Liddell. 78-70. Clock ticks, 2:51 remaining. Here's Eves, sneaks his way across the timeline. Gets the screen from Noli, dribbles around, down the paint, stripped. Newsom reaches in. It's going to be the 4th on Newsom. So joining the 4-foul club for the Blue Devils. Members of that club include Lionel Hodges, Miles Liddell, Dallas Harding Fair, and now Markel Newsom. So Marcus Eves setting on 16 points here this afternoon. First free throw is good. 17 for the freshman out of Madisonville, Kentucky. Marcus takes the deep breath. Dribbles, spins. Free throw, good. 18. Leading the Vols with those 18, Marcus Eves. Vols back up 10. It's 80-70. The Vols only average about 76 a game. Newsom, long range three, no good. Eves the rebound, outlet pass to Payne. Payne the other way, the layup is good. As he got behind the defense, a nice outlet pass from Eves gives the assist to Marcus. 12-point lead for the Volunteers, 82-70. And a steal from Eves. Ninth turnover on the Devils. Right side, Payne for three. Bang for DeCarl Payne. That's how you close it out, boys. 20 in the game for DeCarl. 15-point lead for the Vols. 2 minutes to play. Timeout here from Kaskaskia. We will be back in 30 seconds here on 103.5 ESPN.
John A. is the only auto collision program in Southern Illinois. There's nobody else that offers it. We draw students from all over because there's just nobody else that offers the programs. The student-teacher relationship is one of the most important parts of this job.
You can't really go wrong here. Anything you want to learn, you can learn it here.
Whenever I started the program, I didn't feel too 110% about it. Like I wasn't sure how I was going to do, but that's what makes me confident. It's the teacher and the students that I'm surrounded by.
We talk about these two teams met back on January 9th. And it was a 96-64 win for the Volunteers, leading the way that day for John A. Logan. It was the 15 from Caden Hawkins, 13 from Danon Rucker. Here this afternoon, how about the play from DeCarl Payne? He's setting on 20. 15 from Jaden Miles, 18 from Marcus Eves. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players in the scorebook for Tyler Smith-Peters here on the road at Kaskaskia. 2:01 exactly remaining on the clock here from Centralia. Vols up 15, 85-70. Into the front court, Miles Liddell. Pass off the hand out there from Terrell Galbraith. And Kaskaskia, who had just 4 first-half turnovers. The Volunteers have picked up the D here in the second half, and they have forced the Blue Devils into 10 second-half turnovers. 14 on the game. Hawkins needs some help, gets it from Noley. Now it's Danon Rucker here on the right wing. Danon crosses up, stops, keeps it. 10 on the shot clock for the Volunteers. Backs it up toward the logo. Got to go now. Got the clear out the runner, and he got pushed and a foul. Lionel Hodges is the first to foul out for the Blue Devils here this afternoon. And he fouls out with 1:27 remaining in the game. For the Blue Devils coming in, it's going to be Terrence Hall to replace Lionel Hodges. And Danon Rucker, who has 9 in the game. He's averaging 8 a game in conference play. He's in double digits now for the Volunteers. Second from Rucker. That high, beautiful rainbow free throw. 11 for Danon. 17-point lead. Vols put it away midway through the second half. The runner blocked. Noley picks up the foul. We'll see if it's Evan or if it's going to be Danon. They were both there. It is going to be on Evan Noley, his first. So now Miles Liddell hits that first free throw. He averages 12 a ball game. That gives him 8. Second is good from Liddell. So with 1:18 remaining, 15-point lead. Blue Devils picking up the pressure. Tight triple team. They get it to Rucker. Danon across midcourt. Back and forth. Got free. The right-hand runner good from Danon Rucker. That was a nice drive against the pressure. He got the defender turned around. Gets the easy layup, 89-72. Gerard Mackey up top. Had his pocket picked. The other way. Rock has it. Danon dishes it off to Marcus Eaves. Clock ticking down, under 40 here from Kaskaskia College. Marcus to the elbow, left side. Reverses back out. Noley now right side to Carl Payne, has it on the wing. Under 30 to play. Payne, 5 on the shot clock, got free. 3 from DeCarl, good. He knew it was good as soon as it left his hand. 23 for DeCarl. 18 seconds, jumper good from Terry Galbraith. 13 for Galbraith. Balls break it into the front court with 10 seconds left. Rucker has it, dribbles out, and gets it to DeCarl Payne. 91-74 is going to be the final score. The Volunteers pick up a road win from Kaskaskia. And it is their 7th GRAC conference game of the year, 14th win overall. Kaskaskia now 13-9. They are 3-7 in conference play. 91-74 is the final score from Kaskaskia.